Hey guys, let's get more news from Steelers, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. NFL upholds Damontae Kazee's suspension for rest of season. Pittsburgh Steelers safety Damontae Kazee was suspended for the rest of the regular season Sunday, following an ejection for a hit he had on Indianapolis Colts wide receiver Michael Pittman Jr. in Saturday's 30-13 win. The league considered Kazee's history when issuing the punishment, as he has been fined for unsportsmanlike conduct 5 times this season. Kazee's appeal was heard Tuesday, and the NFL upheld the suspension. Hearing officer James Thrash, jointly appointed by the NFL and NFLPA, has upheld the suspension of Damontae Kazee for the remainder of the regular season. Thrash also ruled that Kazee would be eligible to return to the active roster for the playoffs, should the club qualify. NFL Senior Vice President of Football and International Communications, Michael Signora tweeted Tuesday evening. The one change to the original suspension is that Kazee originally was not going to be allowed to play in the playoffs, but that was overturned in the appeal. However, Pittsburgh finds themselves in a bit of an uphill battle to reach the postseason. They've lost 3 straight games and are now 7-7 and in last place in the AFC North. Pittsburgh still plays the Cincinnati Bengals, Seattle Seahawks, and Baltimore Ravens this season. Each team is .500 or better, and starting quarterback Kenny Pickett is still out with an injury. Steelers running back Jaylen Warren questions teammate George Pickens' refusal to block against the Colts. "If I was in that position, I would have blocked for him." Pittsburgh Steelers running back Jaylen Warren has seemingly questioned why teammate George Pickens refused to block for him against the Indianapolis Colts, insisting he would have done it for him. In a clip that has now gone viral, Warren had broken free and was heading towards the end zone when, instead of blocking the defender in front of him, Pickens stood still and merely waved his arm at Colts cornerback Jalen Jones. Pickens later told reporters that he chose not to block for his teammate because he ain't want to get an injury. "I see where he's coming from," Warren said. "It is what it is. At the end of the day, he was doing what he thought was best for him. Some people play the game differently. If I was in that position, I would have blocked for him. But we play differently, so." Warren and Pickens have shown that they do in fact play very differently throughout the course of the season, as Warren tends to give maximum effort on every play and Pickens has been called out for a lack of effort on nearly a weekly basis. Despite the wide receiver's effort or lack of becoming a growing issue in Pittsburgh, Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin said that Pickens will still be on the field in this week's must-win contest against the AFC North rival Cincinnati Bengals. "Because he's got talents," Tomlin said, when asked why he will play Pickens. "We want to utilize them. He's very much in growth and development. But it would be the very same if we were winning games or he said appropriate things with you guys. That would have made you guys go away, but that wouldn't have made me any more comfortable about this process that he's going through. It will continue to require our attention. I'm just acknowledging it's a process and our posture, based on present circumstances, won't change. We're coming to work every day in that regard. Part of it is education. I want him to understand that. When you're winning and doing your job, the attention is on that. When you're not doing your job and losing, you better keep your damn mouth shut and understand that attracts a certain type of attention, and usually that's vulture-like attention." Interim offensive coordinator Eddie Faulkner also said that Pickens was called out in front of the team for not only the play involving Warren but also a play when he did not give full effort attempting to catch a pass, which resulted in an interception. "You address it," Faulkner said. "You present it to the group. You make sure it's called out among the guys, and they understand what your stance is, and then you move on from it. He's a young guy who has to continue to learn how to be a professional." Giants predicted to lose 2023 captain in NFL free agency. The New York Giants don't have too many big-name impending free agents in 2024, but veteran cornerback Adoree Jackson is one of them. During a free agency prediction on December 18, Bleacher Report's NFL staff connected Jackson to the Houston Texans in March. The Texans have gotten a lot of help from Steven Nelson and Tavierre Thomas this season, but both are set to hit free agency, BR noted. It might be difficult to get them both under contract at reasonable deals, given their performances. That might leave them in a situation where they need to target another veteran on a one-year deal like they did with Nelson. Adoree Jackson has struggled with the Giants this season, but Wink Martindale's defense can be difficult for corners, the publication reasoned. Coming to Houston would be a mutually beneficial relationship where Jackson can increase his value while filling in at a crucial position for the Texans. Despite being voted a 2023 team captain by his teammates, Jackson is expected to walk this spring, and it's quite possible that the Giants will allow him to. The $39 million signing was one of ex-general manager Dave Gettleman's last-ditch efforts to right the ship in 2021. However, the deal hasn't worked out and the new regime led by Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll has been hamstrung by this contract among others. Of course, it is possible that Jackson returns on a much more affordable agreement. He knows the system and appears to be a leader in the locker room. That feels unlikely though, considering Jackson's prior track record in Tennessee should generate some sort of interest around the league. That could end up being the Texans, or it could very easily be someone else. Cornerbacks have become a more premium position in the modern-day NFL, and an organization will take a chance on Jackson if it's a short-term deal. New York Giants defense needs starting cornerback behind Deonte Banks. If the New York Giants move on from Jackson, they might have to replace him. 2023 first-rounder Deonte Banks has had his ups and downs as a rookie, but he looks like the real deal overall. The issue is the depth behind him. In Week 15 against the New Orleans Saints, Jackson was second in cornerback snaps behind Banks according to Pro Football Focus. That was also the case in Week 14 and just about any outing that the veteran has been fully healthy for this year. Cordale Flott has taken hold of the slot cornerback job since Week 4, but the former LSU product has not proven himself on the outside. Neither has 2023 sixth-rounder Trey Hawkins III or recent prospects like Darnay Holmes or Aaron Robinson, injured. The Steelers are interested in hiring Adoree Jackson. And you fan, what do you think of the Adoree Jackson situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.